Hey everybody, Coach Garrett here. Listen, we have. I'm going to be reading the four seasons of my book, the four seasons of baseball, the four seasons of life, and the first season is called the Doctrine of Home to First. So that will be what I'll be reading to you tonight. Here it goes. Spring is starts with calisthenics, toning the muscles, stretching the arms, honing the swing, making sure you got the bat on the eye on the eye on the ball, and then getting ready to start. From home to first, it's got to be the toughest 60 or 90 feet of real estate you ever conquer. Getting yourself from an absolute stop while focused enough to make contact with what is hurling at you, stepping up to handle it and also hit it or deal with it in real life in a manner that will allow you to reach base safely, thus climaxing your first and toughest goal. Once you've made the contact, then you must get out of the box, right? So it's coming at you. You've made the contact. Now you get out of the box. This can be a multi-angled metaphor for life. Nothing ever happens until you decide that staying where you are isn't an option. Once you put the ball in play, you have to be willing to break out of the box. That confined space where you've been stationed at to this point. Now you have to break out of this mindset and mold. Home to first is a period in which we're beginning to discover who we are. Like a batter, we are confined to a box to begin with, and generally we're asked to choose one side or the other. Just about the time we figure out which box we belong in, and this goes metaphorically to so many things, you understand that, the pitches start coming at us. And we don't have to swing at every pitch. We don't have to. But in our youthful zeal, we often have trouble waiting for a good one. If we do wait, we are rewarded with a solid connection, and then it's time to exit the box and head to first. You're told to sprint until you get there. Until you reach first, you have no batting average to bargain with in the marketplace. It is during this initial phase that we begin to understand how fast we are, how well we can book, and how little we know about running the bases. This still represents, though, your first success, your first love, your first experience with life away from home. This first phase of life, or project, or whatever, is made easier as a rule. You are granted special rights as a newbie, right? In business and a lot of these places, you get second. You can run right through the bag at first. This is a luxury that's not afforded anywhere beyond this point. After you reach and leave first, you're no longer safe in overrunning your destinations. Your first boss might be a little forgiving of a novice mistake, but after the honeymoon is over, there's no more easy walking, is there? So, the strength of the home to first leg is that once you arrive safe, even if you do overrun the bag in your zeal, you are granted a pardon. That is also why we have a first base coach. A wise traveler will pick up on the coach's signals and course correct accordingly. If he tells you to round the bag, there's a chance you might have a shot at second. If he holds you up, you can choose to follow his advice or risk being off base when the ball arrives from the field. Oftentimes, rookies are picked off because they fail to listen to the coach. They heed the coach, and they don't remain alert. But from that point on, once you've reached first, now a whole new set of skills will be employed to get you on around the bases. For now, rest in your success. Keep your foot on the bag and your eye on the pitcher, but it's easy to get picked off if we get complacent out here on the base paths. Listen to the first base coach, who hopefully is a former player who has been where you want to go. The best guides are those who have trod the trail ahead of you. For now, you're safe. You take a moment to high five the coach, or your teacher, or your mama, or your spouse, whoever it is that's been believing in you, helping you, encouraging you, and now rejoicing with you. And don't diminish the importance of these small feats. This little single, this little kid reaching first base was a walk, or a hit by pitch, or an error on the pitcher, or an error on the shortstop, whatever, a blooper over the second base. You got to first base. So don't belittle that little success. But these beginnings are, these small victories are what life as a whole is built upon. You slay the lion and you slay the bear before you tackle the giant. Each success that you will enjoy beyond home, beyond this home to first journey, will be built upon the confidence you enjoyed as you gained your first victory in this game, this project, this endeavor, this relationship, this life. Keep in perspective that this is just the beginning, but still a huge step. From here, you can take second, advance to third, and head home. All of those future steps are built on the success of reaching first. Never forget that. Remain alert with courage and circumspection, but know that you've cleared the biggest hurdle of all. The late Dr. Robert Schuller was one of my favorite speakers, and one of my favorite quotes of his was, he would say it like this. He said, "Beginning is half done." And that is how it is to get to first. To get that first success in any area that has been holding you back, whether it's in business or life or relationships. You will pass through this process many times in your life, just as you do many times in the summer season of games. Each new experience begins with that initial launch. Until you safely reach first base, your game has yet to commence. As on the diamond, so in life, these primary victories are the ones that build our confidences and reassure us that we can do bigger and better things once we realize that failing 7 out of 10 times, you are still considered an all-star. Think about that. Nobody can get you out of the box and down the line. You are responsible for that. That waddle, that dawdle, that sprint, you're responsible for it. However you get down there. You can't watch the ball. You have to focus on the bag, and you made it. You beat the odds. Now, get ready to move on. It will all begin with this step. Down the road, you'll look back on this triumph of making it to first as the event that started your life moving forward. Your real game begins now. This is Steve Garrett saying, stay tuned. After this one, we'll be coming up with Taking Second. This was Home to First, Doctrine of Home to First. The Doctrine of Home to Taking Second will be coming up soon.